Okay, let's just talk about the next question. So 54th question is the criteria of essentiality of the mineral nutrients were given by. So it was given by Arnon and Stout. These were the scientists. Which is the macronutrient? Zinc, chlorine and copper are micronutrients. Calcium is a macronutrient. Other macronutrients like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Okay. So calcium is the macronutrient. Molybdenum is a cofactor in the enzyme nitrogenase. One denitrifying bacteria is like Pseudomonas denitrificans or Bacillus denitrificans. These are the bacteria which are denitrifying bacteria, means they are converting nitrate, the NO3 negative, again into the environmental nitrogen. Okay, the nitrogen is converted into ammonia. The process is called nitrogen fixation, and whenever the nitrate is again converting back into the N2 form or the nitrogen, dinitrogen, then it is called denitrification, and the bacteria are denitrifying bacteria. Lag hemoglobin is a pink color pigment which is oxygen scavenger. Since nitrogenase work in the anaerobic conditions, to create the anaerobic condition, lag hemoglobin is important. The site of the dark reactions in the chloroplast is stroma. Light reactions occurs in the thylakoid membrane. Dark reactions occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. The water soluble photosynthetic pigments are carotenoids or phycobilin. So it will be phycobilin. Okay, the chlorophyll and carotenoids are not water soluble, but the phycobilins, the answer is phycobilin. Phycobilins like phycoerythrin, phycocyanin, which are generally found in the algae, those are water soluble pigments. Okay, let's just talk about the 61 question. So the Z scheme is the another name of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, okay, in which the electrons are not recycled. That is why it is called Z scheme. The most abundant enzyme on the earth is rubisco ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase, the main enzyme in the photosynthesis. Okay, the first stable product in the C3 cycle is 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and in the C4 cycles is oxaloacetic acid. 3-PGA having 3 carbon, oxaloacetic acid having 4 carbon. That's why they are named C3 and C4 cycle. Floating respiration is the respiration where the substrates are lipids or carbohydrates. ठीक है, जब भी एनर्जी मिलती है हमें लिपिड या कार्बोहाइड्रेट से, देन इट इज कॉल्ड फ्लोटिंग रेस्पिरेशन. The first substrate level phosphorylation in glycolysis occurs at which step? So glycolysis is a process in which the glucose break down into an intermediate compound, that is pyruvic acid. One glucose molecule break down into the 2 molecules of the pyruvic acid by the process of glycolysis. Glycolysis is a multi-step process. So at particularly that step, when the 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid, I am repeating, 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid changes into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So 1-phosphate or 1-phosphate is acquired by the ADP, adenosine diphosphate, to create the ATP. So this kind of method, the generation of ATP, is called phosphorylation. Okay, so this ATP is producing from the substrate. That's why it is called substrate level phosphorylation. So answer will be, the step will be 1,3-PGA to 3-PGA. जब 1,3-PGA से 3-PGA बनता है तब फर्स्ट substrate level phosphorylation होता है. Okay, another name for the TCA cycle is tricarboxylic acid cycle. So another name will be Krebs cycle, because it was proposed by the Sir Hans Krebs. That occurs after the glycolysis in the matrix of the mitochondria in the cellular respiration process. RK value of the carbohydrate is 1 because equal amount of the carbon dioxide is liberated and equal amount of the oxygen is used. Oxygen was discovered by F.W. Wendt. Okay, Wendt was the scientist who discovered the oxygen, I guess in 1928. So apical dominance is highly promoted by, it is highly promoted by the oxygen itself. Okay, where the lateral dominance is promoted by the cytokinin. 17th question is also very important. Which hormone delays senescence? So cytokinin delays senescence. It's a very basic and very important question that is asked in many times in the CSIRNET exam. Along with the 71 question, it is also asked every time. The 70 and 71 question both are asked every time in the Indian Council of Agriculture Research Net, CSIRNET. Okay, Richmond-Lang effect is also the same thing, that is the delay of senescence, so caused by the cytokinin. The methionine is the precursor of ethylene hormone. Okay, ethylene, which is a gaseous hormone, the precursor is methionine. For the oxygen, auxin hormone, the precursor is tryptophan. Okay. Vernalization is the cold treatment of seeds. एट द अर्ली स्टेज कोई भी प्लांट उसको हम सीड स्टेज में ही कोल्ड टेम्परेचर में रख देते हैं. ओके, सो अ हार्मोन इज जनरेटेड, अ हाइपोथेटिकल हार्मोन वर्नेलिन. दैट वर्नेलिन विल क्रिएट फ्लावरिंग वेन एवर इट विल जर्मिनेट और बिकम रिप्रोडक्टिव. ठीक है, जैसे रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज आएगी उस वर्नेलिन हार्मोन की वजह से, जो कि तभी फॉर्म हो गया था कब, जब सीड्स को कोल्ड टेम्परेचर में रखा. तो कोल्ड टेम्परेचर में ट्रीट करना सीड्स को, दैट इज वर्नलाइजेशन फॉर द फ्लावरिंग. टू लॉन्ग डे प्लांट्स लाइक पोटैटो, रेडिस, ल्यूटस, पिंच. ओके. Short day plants like chrysanthemum, tobacco. Day neutral plants like tomato, maize, rice. Okay. Which require long days, that are long day plants. Which require more dark are short day plants, and which does not have any effect on their flowering, that are day neutral plants according to length or the day length. Ne2, C3 and C4 plants. So C3 are very common: wheat, rice. These all are C3 plants. Maize, sugarcane. These are C4 plants. And very simply, the father of botany, the Theophrastus, okay, 273 B.C. before Christ they born, so they are the father of botany. So these are some questions that are generally mainly focusing on plant physiology, plant anatomy, plant morphology and ecology. In the next part, that is the part 2, we will particularly focus on the plant kingdom, the questions on the plant kingdom. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.